Welcome to this video where we're going to talk about how to read and use a weekly work plan within the takt production system. So I have an example here that shows a norm level takt plan, which I'll describe briefly for you. You can't see the words, and I don't need you to. I'm simply covering a concept from a very high level. I also have the weekly work plan in my hand. I'm wanting you to understand this from a high level, please. So let me first go ahead and say that in the previous video, we've talked about how to read and understand a macro level takt plan. And I made the point that on the top you have your time scale, and on your left you will have your phases and zones. It's always formatted in a time by location format with your legend over here to the left and your colored activities in the center with the zone maps and any interdependence ties. So you have time, location, and then process or activity. This is exactly the way it should be. What you'll notice is that in the time scale, this is day by day. So this time up here at the top can allow you on a daily basis to see the actual production rhythm for every single activity. You'll see that the phases and zones have a few more rows, meaning that you'll see that this right here, from that to this line right here, that is the actual zone designation, and that repeats 1, 2, 3. And then it continues in this second area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The difference between the macro and the norm is that the norm level brings it down to the day-by-day level. So let me go ahead and say that this was created from a pull plan. The trade partners literally with you have created this sequence as a part of a pull plan, but they did it according to zones. So now they repeat on a rhythm, and you know you have flow in the diagonal. And just like I said in the last video, you're looking for that nice diagonal flow, which means that you have trade flow. So in summary, time on the top, location on the left, your zones right next to the actual zone sequences, and then you can see the colored takt wagons and activities by the trade in their respective color so that you can see the flow. You also see on this, just like I explained last time, your start, your end date, your zone maps, your interdependence ties, and your legend. Now, here's what I want to say. It is not a good thing to create your 6-week make-ready look-ahead plans and your weekly work plans from scratch. They need to be coming off of these takt plans. So if this is your current data date right here, then you want to look out 6 weeks ahead, and this is your 6-week make-ready look-ahead. So that means when you're looking at this with your trade partners, you're looking at these activities right in through here, and you're asking them, are they ready? What is missing? Are there any roadblocks? Are we ready through here, and our materials and his information aligned to those dates? If the answer is yes, then you have done that part of your Trade Partner Weekly Tactical. By the way, please like and subscribe these videos, because in other videos I explain how to do those specific meetings. But once you have your look ahead done, you can safely filter out of this actual plan the weekly work plan, meaning next week's plan, or at a minimum, the next takt time, the plan within. Now, what happens here is it's pre-populated. So when you bring this into your weekly work plan format, it's already there. And don't get fooled and say to yourself, we're shoving our schedule down the trade partner's throat. No, we're not. On the cycle, we show the trade partners this basic template, and they come into that weekly work plan and they say, oh, yep, that's how I planned it. That's how I planned it. No, I can't do that one. I'll adjust that. And they go through that and they make minor adjustments that are then communicated in the weekly work planning meeting, or what I call the Trade Partner Weekly Tactical. And so then they make commitments because they've collaborated, because we respect them, and this is a part of the last planner system. But now we don't have them waste hours upon hours upon hours creating pull plans and weekly work plans from scratch. It comes from something they already made. And so this next week's snapshot gets pulled into these sheets, and this one actually shows a couple weeks by preference, but it at least needs to show the collaborated plan for next week. That collaborated plan makes its way onto your weekly work plan. And again, it shows the weekly work plan plus your zone maps. This is how you use them. If this is your long-term plan, you're making ready 6 months out, or 6 weeks out, and you have your weekly work plan, you use this daily in the field for zone control. And if you've liked and subscribed to this channel, you know what zone control is already. It's where you know the parameters of your zone and the time you have to do it, and you focus on handoffs, roadblocks, preparation, and finishing. And so you use these weekly work plans in the field to do your walks, to plan ahead, to finish as you go, to identify and manage handoffs, to identify and remove roadblocks, and to collaborate in your daily foreman huddles. So at its basic format with Takt and Last Planner, you will start with a macro level takt plan early on, but eventually you'll get to the norm. And in this format, you automatically have your look aheads, you automatically have your weekly work plans, and your weekly work plans are designed to be taken into the field so that you can execute work in time and space and really implement zone control and know exactly what's going on, because you can see the plan, and here's the best part, it's all vertically aligned. So that is how you read and use a weekly work plan in the Takt production system.